Japanese Turn 11 production. I've got the 70 IPCs. I've got 3 tanks, 3 infantry, 1 destroyer, 4 mech, and 2 fighters. So I've got some battles here. I'm going to start with over here near India. So I have 1 tank from India moving into West India, supported by 1 tactical and 2 bombers from Shan State and 1 fighter from C-Zone 79, and 1 tactical from 79 is going to strat bomb Persia, the factory in Persia. Coming over here to the Philippines, I have in fleet number 2, which has 2 transports. 1 transport is going to pick up an infantry and a artillery, so it's going to move from C-Zone 37, pick up the artillery in Java, pick up the infantry in Malaya, and then invade Celebes. The other transport is going to take the other infantry in Malaya, and it's going to move from C-Zone 37 through 43 to invade in the Philippines. And the carrier planes are all that are on the carriers in C-Zone 37 are going to attack the Philippines. Those are all land combats. The sea combats will come in a moment. So for up in C-Zone 6, there is a transport, 2 subs and a destroyer. So they're going to move down into the Philippines, 1, 2, 3, from C-Zone 6 to the Philippines. And the transport is going to pick up 2 infantry in Japan and invade the Philippines. So just give me a second, just reviewing, make sure I've got everything covered here. So that's the combats. Okay, so now we'll do the rolls. So let's start the one in West India. We'll take these off the board here. Or no, let's start with the strat bomb. So for the strat bomb, we have a factory coming in, or factory, any aircraft, sorry. If any aircraft misses, and the tactical scores 4 damage. On the factory, so I'm just going to mark that 4 damage on the factory. So you can see the 4 damage I'll put under that factory. Okay, now we'll do the combat in West India. So I have, the Brits have a artillery and a mech. I have a tank supported by air. Trying to get that so we can see everything. So there's the tank. There's the 2 mech. So we have 2 bombers, 1 fighter, 1 tactical, which is paired. So we have 4. That's the red for the, the 2 bombers and a tactical. We have a tank and a fighter. So firing all those. So they're dead. I get 5 out of 5 hits, and they fire back at the green, and they get 1 hit. So I'll take off this fighter, and the Brits are gone. And that's the end of that combat. So moving on to the combat in Celebes. It's artillery and infantry attacking an infantry, American infantry. So setting that up here. So they both roll a green. So we're going to start with the Japanese. Japanese get hit, so, and the American fires back, and it's a miss. So that's the combat in the Celebes. Now the combat in the Philippines. So first we have a naval combat, so the transport is destroyed by the destroyer and the 2 submarines. And then we have an American artillery and infantry being attacked. All the, yes, I've got all the fighters here as well. Just give me a moment. So I've got the Americans on. So I've got 3 Japanese infantry coming in, supported by 2 fighters and 2 tacticals. The tacticals are paired with the fighters. So I'll roll that first. So the 3 Japanese infantry firing at a 1. Miss. The 2 fighters firing at a 2. Or sorry, to 3. 2 fighters firing at a 3. That's 2 hits, so you're dead. And they fire back in the green dice. 2 at 2. And it's a miss on the Americans. Okay, so now it's non-combat move. So the carrier and the destroyer in C-Zone 37 move to C-Zone 80, followed by the battleships. And the tactical lands on the carrier as well as the fighter. Okay, that's right, I lost the fighter. So what we're going to do is we have a fighter in Shan State, so it's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4 and land on the carrier. The tactical, the 2 bombers are going to land in India. Over here, so we have the Philippines, which is now Japan. We have Celebes, which is now Japan. So we're going to move the fleet with the 2 carriers into the Philippines. just putting these off board. Clean it up a little bit. The fighters. I'm actually going to have 2 fighters on the airfield. Oh no, sorry, no, that comes next turn. I just captured that, apologies. So they're all on the carrier. Okay. Okay, other non-combat move. The 2 tanks from French Indochina are going to move to J11. The 2 mech in Quichao, one is moving to Suyanyan, the other one into Shenxi. The mech in Qingxi is going to move to Quichao. The 2 mech. The infantry in Qingxi is going to move into Anhui. The fighter in Indochina is going to move into Sichuan. And the other fighter that's in Hopei is also going to move to Sichuan. And I believe that's all. That's it for my combat move. So now I'm going to put on my production. So 3 tanks are going to India. I just dropped in infantry. There it is. 3 infantry are also going to India. 2 planes are going into Japan. 2 mech again to Qingxi. And 2 mech are going to go into French Indochina. 1 destroyer is going to go in the Sea of Japan. And that's my moves. So disposition of forces in C Zone 80. I've got that's Task Force 6. C Zone 80 is Task Force 6, which will be doing a convoy attack next turn, or during the British turn. I have 1 carrier, 1 destroyer, 2 battleships, 1 cruiser, 1 transport, 1 tactical, 1 fighter. West India, I have 1 tank. In India, I have 3 tanks, 3 infantry, 2 bombers, and 1 tactical. Sichuan, I have 2 tanks, 2 fighters. Shenxi, I have 1 mech. Suyan, I have 1 mech. Quichao, I have 2 mechs. Anhui, I have 1 infantry. Qingxi, I have 2 mech. Indochina, I have 2 mech. Celebes, I have 1 infantry, 1 artillery, and 1 transport. In Philippines, I have 3 infantry on the island. And the fleet offshore, I have 2 carriers, 3 destroyers, 2 submarines, 2 transports, and 2 tactical and 2 air. Iwo Jima, I have 1 infantry. Japan, I have 6 infantry, 2 fighters, and C Zone 6, I have 1 destroyer. Korea, I have 1 fighter, 4 infantry, and Manchuria, I have 2 infantry. think I've covered everything. I will do the IPC count separately.